I am a blessed person. I'm very, very fortunate. Well, I'm blessed with 4 children. I try to be private, and they're all lawyers, but don't ask what they are doing with their loading.
They're all lawyers.
They're all lawyers.
Nice.
And the summary of it is that Nigeria as a nation cannot afford to have any states that is corrupt. People were arguing that based on federalism. Hardly any airport I get to that I don't find my students. And they have a way of smiling the way you are smiling.
Hello and welcome. This is a sit down with the distinguished Professor Taiwo Osipitan. Now, this is coming from the Office of the Law Student Society for the upcoming career fair on the 26th of June. We're going to be having a short conversation with distinguished Professor Taiwo Osipitan. We want to know about his journey in the legal career, a little bit of family and lifestyle and all of that. So stay tuned and enjoy. Distinguished Professor Taiwo Osipitan is a distinguished professor of law and erudite senior advocate of Nigeria who has excellently and successfully combined lecturing with active legal practice and has carved a niche for himself on both sides of the divide. He started his formal education at Olivet Baptist High School, Oyo, in Oyo State, and later enrolled for a 2-year A-level program after his GCE. He obtained his Bachelor's of Law and Letters, LLB honors, between 1977 to 1980 from the University of Lagos, Akoka, Lagos State, and attended the Nigerian Law School in 1981, where he distinguished himself by winning the Justice Shomolu Memorial Prize for the best student in civil procedure. He obtained the Master's of Law degree with distinction from the London School of Economics and Political Science, London in England in 1982, and he became a professor of public law in October 1998 at the University of Lagos, Akoka, Lagos, Nigeria. In 2002, he was conferred with the rank of a senior advocate of Nigeria. He started his early career in lecturing in 1983, where he was appointed Lecturer 2 at the Faculty of Law, University of Lagos. And he has remained a lecturer in the institution for over 40 years, rising to the status of a distinguished professor in 2018. He was at various times a part-time lecturer at the Lagos State University in Ojo, where he taught insurance law and law of evidence, as well as the Faculty of Law, Ogun State University, where he lectured in the law of evidence. As a legal practitioner in active legal practice, distinguished Professor Osipitan heads the law firm of Bayo Osipitan & Co. with office in Lagos State. A seasoned litigator with special interest in commercial and civil litigation, alternative dispute resolution, arbitration, mediation, and negotiation, he has successfully handled several high-profile cases from the High Court to the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Distinguished Professor Osipitan was the special advisor on legal and constitutional matters to the Chief of General Staff and Vice Chairman of the Provincial Ruling Council of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. From July 1988 up to May 1999, he is a Fellow of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators of Nigeria and a Fellow of Nigerian Institute of Advanced Legal Studies ever since 2002. His inaugural lecture delivered in 2004 on the topic An Autochthonous Constitution for Nigeria, a Myth or a Reality, remains a leading authority in decided precedents in constitution making in Nigeria. As a renowned scholar, distinguished Professor Osipitan has written several articles and papers which have been published in various books and law journals. He has more than 50 scholarly publications to his credit. Ladies and gentlemen, lecturers, professors, esteemed Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, please welcome the distinguished Professor Taiwo Osipitan. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes,
how are you today?
Very well, thank you, sir. Okay, sir. So quickly, we're just going to cut the chase and jump straight into it. So, Prof, you are widely recognized as an academic authority and a legal luminary. What really inspired you to pursue both academics and the legal practice concurrently, sir?
Well, I would like to say that initially I did not set out to be in academics.
Okay.
I wanted to practice and nothing more. But I think my sojourn in the university is divinely ordained. I did not set out to be a law lecturer.
Wow.
So I found myself, after my master's degree, just coming to this faculty to come and look at the notice board downstairs. Then one of my professors found me and said, "What are you still doing around?" I said, "Well, I just came back with a master's degree. I needed to do my NYSC."
Okay, sir.
And said, "You want to teach?" I said, "Well, let's try it out."
Wow.
And that was how I began here some 40-something years ago.
Wow.
As a youth copper. And because I also have a dad who was a lawyer.
Oh, okay.
So the inspiration to also practice was also there.
Wow.
So I would say that my being able to combine the two
Yes, sir.
is not unconnected with my mentor, Professor Adeogun, late Professor Adeogun, who encouraged me to come and be a youth copper here and also saw me through. And of course, in the practical aspect of it, I owe it to my dad.
Yeah, that was a lawyer.
He was a lawyer.
He was a lawyer.
A very, very solid advocate.
Wow. So we could say that this saying that man proposes, God disposes.
God disposes. It's divinely arranged.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so as one of the foremost professors of law in Nigeria, have you sustained relevance across decades in this dynamic field?
Okay, well, I think it's just, again, the grace of God that has seen me through. In my younger days, even now, I have a lot of energy that I have to channel positively. And again, it also meant that I had to plan my time very well. Divide my time in such a way that I will not be accused of robbing Peter to pay Paul. There are a certain number of hours in the morning that I devote to my research. Maybe by midday, I'm also here for lectures and other official assignments.
Yes.
It's a matter of making conscious effort to be responsible in my two constituencies, namely on the campus here and outside the campus.
Wow, well done, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Now, in your academic journey, were there any defining moments that cemented your passion for legal education?
Well, like I said, I was taught by the very best lecturers here. I remember Professor Adeson at SAN, Professor Adeogun, Abiola Ojo, Obilade, Adeyemi, Oyebode, and so many of them were taught by the best and the finest. So they obviously must have inspired me to do whatever I am doing.
Okay.
But over the years, I've come back, each time I travel abroad or even in Nigeria, there's hardly any airport I get to that I don't find my students. And they have a way of smiling the way you are smiling. And all I will say, Unilag, they say yes. I say, he taught me so number of years ago, and so on.
Yes, sir.
I feel fulfilled. Then occasionally I meet them at conferences. Some of them are professors, and they are doing very well. Again, let me just give one or two examples of a student, a young lady like you, after the lectures, ran after me, said, "Want to see me?" I said, "What's the problem?" I said, "I must see you, sir." I said, "Come." I brought him in, and he knelt down. I said, "You have not offended me." He said, "No." I said, "Stand up." He said, "You will not stand up." I said, "Why not?" He said, "You need to pray for me and bless me, so that I will be like you." I said, that's not only, you're asking, what you're asking is what I will give you. I will not only pray for you, I will pray for you that you will succeed in life and excel more than what I have achieved.
Right.
That's my prayer for you. Another one is that where I went for the swearing in of some magistrates in Lagos State.
Yes, sir.
And they were passing beside me. The judges and magistrates were passing where I sat on the aisle. And as they were passing, They were bending. Some of them are kneeling down. And I said, what is this? But they were all my students.
Wow.
But somebody sat beside me and was looking at me. I was in suit. And he said, sir, are you a king? I said, king? Do you see a king wearing suits? Come interesting. And those are moments you hold on dearly to.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prof. I mean, I feel like tearing up right now. You've contributed significantly to the legal scholarship in Nigeria. Which of your publications or research contributions do you think you are super proud of or really, really proud of, sir?
I'd like to refer to two of them.
Okay, sir.
The first one is the one that we titled Legal and Institutional Framework for Combating Corruption in Nigeria. And the summary of it is that Nigeria as a nation cannot afford to have any state that is corrupt. People were arguing then that based on federalism, a state can decide to legislate on corruption.
Okay.
And federal government has no business to make laws for states on corruption.
Okay.
Professor Oyewo and I interrogated the issue and we said, no, federalism does not mean that you must be completely independent. There must be areas of interdependence and cooperation. Okay. And we came up with the principles of cooperative federalism.
Cooperative federalism.
Yeah. And based on cooperative federalism, federal government can legislate on corruption. Okay. So there was this case of Attorney General of Ondo State and AG of Federation, where Ondo State was arguing that based on federalism, federal government has the right to determine how they spend their money, whether they're on corruption or so on and so forth. When it was time to decide, wife of JSC, as it then was, in his lead judgment, cited with approval our contention that federal government can legislate for the whole federation on corruption and that no state should be a haven for corruption. We felt very satisfied. The second one was my inaugural lecture, which I titled Autochthonous Constitution for Nigeria. People were saying, we don't have a constitution in Nigeria, it's not people's constitution, and so on and so forth. And the thesis we came out with was that, can you ever get all Nigerians, both young and old, to ever agree on the constitution they want? We also interrogated the theory that, okay, it could be by representation. And we argue that representation by election in Nigeria will not throw out the best materials. Those who would win the election are the money bags. Right. Those who are corrupt.
Yes, sir.
So can you say that people who won election through corruption are the true representative of Nigeria? So that it's utopian to be looking for a constitution that will be people-led, people-possessed in Nigeria. That if there is a constitution in place that has been used to elect the president, vice president, governor, chief justices of the federation, chief judges of the federation, have been used by everybody. Yes, that means that it's accepted. So based on the theory of acceptance, that constitution, which we have now, is a people's constitution. And that the preamble that they were referring to is not an integral part of the constitution. Preamble is just introductory. We, the people of Nigeria, does not mean that we Nigerians, we all say power belongs to the people of Nigeria. Those two articles, I believe, I am very proud of them.
Wow. Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you, sir. Now, I mean, you've spoken a lot about your articles and all that, and then you have a legal litigation practice. But how do you balance research with academics, with lecturing, and then with managing a top-tier litigation practice?
I don't know about litigation practice. I know I'm your lecturer.
Okay.
As for litigation practice, I think it's a legacy one, in the sense that the firm is named Osipitan & Co. That was founded by my father.
Oh.
So, and I just stepped into his shoes. I won't allow it to just go into extinction. So those of them, the two of them are combined together by God's special grace. It's a matter of deciding to be responsible in whatever you do.
Right.
It's not easy, but it's not unattainable. And it's also not impossible. But you have to spend quality time. Divide your time very well in such a way